a story about autism is told without autistic voices, it often falls flat or feeds stereotypes. Once More Like Rain Man changes that, with Bella Zoe Martinez not only writing the script, but also bringing it to life on screen. In this conversation, Bella and I sit down for real talk about what it means to rewrite the narrative on autism, inclusion, and authenticity. Thank you so much, Bella Zoe Martinez, for joining me here on AwareNow to share this space and to share your story. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's always a pleasure.
Always and forever. So Bella, before this film, there were probably countless times when you felt like the world tried to tell your story for you. Question here for you to start out with is, what was it like to finally step into a role where you got to tell your story your way through your own voice and your own lens?
I really love this question because my honest answer is that it was absolutely amazing. I've always been interested in storytelling. I've loved telling stories ever since I got my hands on this little camera that me and my siblings used to go around our old apartment and record stuff with. And some of the videos were not great, but that's not what mattered to us. What matters to us was that we could actually tell our own stories. I would take my toys and we would just go on the wildest of adventures. And as my mom would put it, my dolls had a very active social life. It was just that active imagination that just would not shut up was the first thing that really just kind of put the idea that, hey, maybe I could do this all the time if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I love telling stories and just actually getting to step into a role where I could tell a story through the character's eyes, through someone who is on the spectrum, autistic, that's a female on the spectrum. It was absolutely crazy because when I was growing up, that wasn't really something I ever really saw. And I always wondered why that was. Even when I got auditions, I wondered why that was.
So to be able to show...
I wanted to show a whole range of emotion. Cool, we can be funny. My brother is having all four Marx Brothers in one person, and the old guys from the Muppet Show.
I love them.
The hecklers. That's his sense of humor. He takes nothing seriously. Also autistic. He's one of the people that animated the end credits. And my sister takes everything literally. She's kind of I don't know which character to compare her to, but that one character in the friend group that's basically no nonsense and just takes the most insane joke just at complete face value.
Yes.
That's kind of like Kennedy at times. That's my sister. It's that's not funny. She will outlive God. She will outlive God getting last word in.
So I love
nothing about it. There's no going around it.
I love then that you just get to show so you've seen one side, but let me show you something else. And then you have the opportunity to do that. So let's talk more about that fact of the film's title, nods to one of the most infamous portrayals of autism, but the story itself, to your point, as you just shared, flips that narrative. So how did it feel to be part of a project to pioneer a project that challenged those outdated stereotypes and showed something more real, more layered, and more you? How did that feel?
It honestly felt liberating because, yes, there is one side of the spectrum, and that was something showed very early on in Hollywood. Honestly, without Rayman, I would have, services for autistic people like myself, me, my brother, and my sister, those would have never existed without Rayman because people care about what they see. They wanted to be able to help them get to their best potential because Rayman showed that first step that people never really went beyond it. And So yes, there is Rayman, but like in improv, there's yes and. So the yes would be Rayman, and the and would be every other part of the spectrum that's normally not shown. Because for one side of the spectrum, they do a very good job of showing it. That's kind of like their comfort zone, but they're not stepping outside of said comfort zone to expand upon and improve what is already out there. Like me, because I'm a chaotic gal. I'm a gamer. I'm not good at math at all. I'm actually quite bad at it. The only reason I passed geometry or like any form of math in high school is because my dad. Look, he was a very good tutor, very engaging. I'm sorry, I can't do math. I can't do math at all.
Girl, that is just fine.
Of course, is that I'm an artist, but like I'm not very good at canvas size. I just know what looks good. I'm a writer, not a mathematician, guys.
And see, this is where we're samesies, because I'm word nerd 100%, and like the numbers, like I'd rather not.
Genuinely, like, I wish I got more moments of that in film. Like, hey, autistic people can just do silly, casual things with other people. Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. Because, like I said earlier, like you showed one side of the spectrum. Now let us show you the other side of it, so we can actually be, more than just an obstacle, more than just daughter of the love interest, or niece of the love interest, or like friend, or like a friend. I can do anything.
All of the things. All of the things.
I could do a thing, and that thing could be cool, whatever it is. I mean, I technically masked 24/7. That's what acting really is.
Mm-hmm.
I know Sued compared it to like your Mac computer, and the rest of the world is just PC. But you're downloading stuff that makes the computer act like a PC when it's actually a Mac.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have thought of it that way, but that's a really weird way to explain it. That actually kind of makes sense.
Absolutely. Well, and I love the fact that you rock your Mac-ness, and, you do you, as more people should. So let's switch gears a moment, because, we hear the words representation and inclusion all the time, but they're not the same. From your perspective, Bella, what's the difference? And what did Once More Like Rayman get right that Hollywood so often misses?
40% of the cast and crew, on camera and off camera, were on the spectrum or some form of neurodivergence. That is definitely very crucial, because like people on the team that were seen on camera and people that were on the team that were seen like off camera, like makeup artists or like or any other job that's just not like on screen, we basically had accommodations built in, because usually, from what I've been told, like when they see like someone like on the spectrum and they think of accommodation, they think scary thing, and like, how much is this gonna cost? Or no, let's not risk this. No, sir. And I'm like, bruh, that's just not stressing yourself out a lot of times, because my set was the chillest set I've ever been on, and people that have worked in Hollywood longer than me have been like, wait, we could take breaks? I'm like, yeah, but no, just take a break, please. Don't exhaust yourself. That's dumb. But like it was so chill that like everyone was having fun, everyone was goofing off. Like we had like so many funny moments that I can just recall. And like people stayed longer, like even if they were like playing one role that day, like just stayed just to hang around, to have fun and chill. And it was really fun. Like I know, like we gave our camera guy, Cameron, who we called Cam, this unofficial mascot we had around set called Camarat. It was basically this plastic rat that was from my brother's. We did ice skating for a bit before acting, me and my siblings. And this was for his Star-Lord routine, but I don't think we ever really got to do it. So we decided to bring it. Hey, why don't we just bring it to set and hide it around just for a bit? And it just kind of became an unofficial mascot, and we let Cameron keep it. So whatever adventures await Camarat is unknown to us. But we ended early every day with this schedule. It was crazy how we ended early every day. Like, we could actually, just do the stuff we needed and, not stress out. And it was amazing. I think I accidentally broke Hollywood. I'm like, wait, normal sets aren't like this? I'm like, and people told me, like, no. I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. It should be kind of like that.
It sounds like a beautiful kind of broken, actually. Yeah. A beautiful kind of broken, because you're saying took breaks, ended early, everyone's having fun.
Even the normal people could function. The neurotypical people could function properly. And there wasn't any drama. We could actually vibe. And that was the best thing ever.
That sounds like an amazing set to be on.
I miss it, actually. But it was in 2023 when we did all this. It was a 4-day shoot. I miss it. I miss the vibe. I want the vibe back.
You're just going to have to make another film, my dear.
I hope we bring it back for the feature. We better bring it back for the feature. The vibe must continue. The vibe must thrive. I guess, I don't know.
I think that's a great idea. I think it's something you should probably start to get to work on.
These guys.
So let's talk about words. So when people hear autism, a lot of them still think in these cliches. They think, as you were referencing, math genius, no eye contact, social awkwardness. So someone living it, what's the stereotype that frustrates you the most, and what do you wish people understood?
Guys, we are all different people. We're not all the same person. Please, that is actually something I have a gripe with. But also, just because we're all on the spectrum does not mean we automatically get along. I know, because of a kid from my middle school class who was just one of those rich kids. Did not matter he was autistic, he was just kind of a dick. And me and 2 other kids banded together in spite of this guy, okay? We banded together over a mutual dislike of this dude. Like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Especially with that spoiled brat over there, because he defined everything by material worth. And I'm like, bro, what are you getting at, bro? What is this, bro? I'm like, middle school is weird for everybody. Did not help the fact that, beforehand I was being, severely bullied, and before getting transferred there, but still, I'm like, nah, bro, I don't want any of this. I'm chill. No, thank you. I know, it's an automatic assumption that, anyone on the spectrum, anyone who, usually it can be. Yeah. Some people on the spectrum have automatic, interests in click because, they're very similar. But that's not always the case. It's not always the case. And I know, some of the cliches, making that no eye contact, sometimes it's mainly because of what's going on around, and making eye contact is a little harder because we're trying to filter out 10 things at once. For me, noise, for example. Imagine you're at a restaurant and you're trying to talk to a group of your homies and your besties, whatever, but there's 10 other tables around you and you're still trying to focus on your friends, but you hear everything the ceiling fan or the stuff going on in the kitchen, or even some of the stuff going on outside, or even whatever the heck's going on, probably a little bit down ways that's just really annoying, but you just hear it anyway. Or even fluorescent lights, for autistic people, or even neurodivergent people in general, fluorescent lights just have a buzzing noise. But for me, it gives me an actual headache. Not pleasant. I don't recommend. But when I turn off those fluorescent lights, I'm like, oh my God. I can actually focus. Look, I know they're cheap, but still, not great for a creative mind, especially with a mind like mine. It's just not great. And I know for the social awkwardness, that's mainly because we're trying to communicate, but we don't. Some of us don't necessarily know how. That every person is different. Just like if everybody was the same, that'd be boring as hell. Let's be real. But like, just when it comes to like social awkwardness, like sometimes like for me, I'm a social person. I'm an extrovert with social anxiety. Because I'm like, I want to be social, I want to be friendly, I want to like just vibe, but like sometimes it's like I'm overthinking. It's overthinking central in my brain sometimes, and I don't always know how to control that. And I'm like, frick, that's not good. Don't overthink, Bella. This is fine. Ah. What I want people to understand instead is that we're all different. We do want to be understood. We do desire connection. We just communicate very differently. But there's always still something in common you can find with people, even if they're drastically different from you. That's what I wanted to show with this film as well, is just connection and just wanting to be seen.
You very much accomplished that, Bella. I mean, there were so many times when I was watching how in a short film can you feel so many like full-length emotions, because that's what I did when I was watching your character. I'm like, no, I get that. Oh, I feel that. And to be able to have that connection, I love how you just brought the fact that, hey, we're all human. These are all human emotions, human experiences. We have these different circumstances, these different realities, but at the end of the day, we're kind of samesies, and we need to be able to see that in each other. The fact that we are all human, outside of the label that someone wants to slap on us. And so I think your film does a beautiful job at illustrating
and to
that.
honestly bring back to like the thing that I mentioned with Little Nightmares.
So FYI, Little Nightmares is the title of a video game that Bella and I were talking about before the interview.
Like, you know, that first scene, like with the, like, I know a lot of like autistic folks were institutionalized back then. Obviously, I live in a time where that doesn't really happen anymore, but like I was kind of horrified to find that out. And like what some organizations would do, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, we're just people. That's just like, because even as a little kid, I understood that this is my normal. I don't see anything wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just Bella. There's just a Bella likeness that can't be replicated anywhere else. Mm-hmm. And like, hey, autistic people can be anything but autistic. Like, you know, because I've done like non-autistic roles too, like where I played the daughter of a supervillain in Glory and Injustice, where she's trying to get her dad back in the game. Mm-hmm. And it's a custody battle over a little sweet little high school girl that swears like a sailor. It's basically kind of like a custody battle over Deadpool. That's the only way I can describe it. It's quite interesting.
So one more question for you today would be this. If you could leave audiences with one rewritten, properly written sentence, one line that replaces the old script society has for autistic people, what would it be?
It's up to you to make a feature that has you in it. And yes, you can. You can do these things. Even if it's difficult or if the journey ahead is hard, you can do it.
Bella, thank you so much for showing up raw and real and amazing as you are. Thank you for sharing your world. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for helping all of us become a bit more aware now. Thank you so much.
I'm glad I could do this interview again.
Yes, again. Our first attempt to do this interview had technical difficulties.
I'm so sorry the last footage got lost. I was panicking like when I got the message. I'm like,
hey, you know what? Take two for the win. Let's do a high five on the camera. Like, high five, take two. There we go.
I felt it through the screen.
Through the screen. We are connected.